welcome to episode 32 of The Adventures of Two Gray Mice. Today we're going to see if I actually follow my own Magic Kingdom plan. Here we go. Hi, welcome to the continuing adventures of Two Gray Mice. I'm Meg.
And I'm Rob.
And we are Two Gray Mice. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Meg.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. So, I have a tips and trick sheet that I give all my clients. And Robert's looked at it, and I know you appreciated the one I gave you for Disneyland. You thought it was very informational and helpful.
It was informational and helpful. Yes.
Right. So, we're going to kind of go through my tips and tricks sheet and see if we'd actually, at this point in time, as kind of veterans of this and a couple, more than a family, would actually follow this, or if there's some major flaws or not.
Okay. I hope there's no major flaws.
Me too, because I've been giving this to clients.
Right, but at the start, let's just say, when you and I plan trips like this, we're very specific about the experiences that we want and what we want to do while we're there.
True. And I do edit this according to that information I get from my clients.
Right. But the plan that you have spelled out in your tips and trick sheet is the plan, I believe, if you've never been and you're going there for the first time and you want to get the biggest bang for your buck and you want to know exactly what you're up against or what you need to prepare for.
True.
Yeah. So.
True.
We are seasoned Disney travelers at this point.
So we kind of know what we're doing.
Sort of.
So we're only dealing with Magic Kingdom. So we're spending the whole day at Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
And of course, the first thing you have to figure out is how you're getting to Magic Kingdom. And just, we're going to assume that we're staying on property and that we've taken the bus, boat, monorail, and we've arrived safely at Magic Kingdom.
So we've utilized the Disney transportation system.
Correct.
To get where we want to go.
And the reason why I do this is because, especially with Magic Kingdom, if you drive yourself, you have to park at the Ticket and Transportation Center and then still take a boat or monorail to Magic Kingdom, which can add almost half an hour to your morning.
Right. A lot of people don't realize that going in. The parking lot for Magic Kingdom is quite a ways away from Magic Kingdom.
Right. Walt did not want to see cars. He wanted you to be totally encased in the bubble.
It's not really walkable either.
No, it's not walkable.
Yeah.
It's a very small road that they put in later for the buses that go over there, and it's really not safe to walk.
Right.
Actually, you have to walk over to the Polynesian and then take the Polynesian over.
So your transportation planning is important.
Yep. Now, rope drop or not to rope drop?
We talk about this every time we talk about going down there. And it really comes down to what you want to do, what you want to see, what you want to experience. For instance, the last time we were down there, we had not been on Tiana's yet.
Correct. Or Tron.
And I don't think we rope dropped that day, but we got there darn early.
No, we were close to, we didn't rope drop. No. So if you're staying on property, the park opens 30 minutes before opening time. So if it's opening at 9, it opens at 8:30. And rope dropping means you're getting there a half an hour before that.
Correct.
So this is my thing with rope dropping is I understand it, especially for rides that have long waits. But if I'm rope dropping, so I'm getting there at 8, and I still end up with a half an hour wait at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I've really waited an hour.
True. You have.
But it may be less than the 2-hour wait that I got at 9:30.
Right. Rides like that, the very, very popular ones, they skyrocket. I mean, by the time 10 o'clock comes around, you could be waiting online for 2 hours, 2.5 hours for
Yeah.
some of the more popular rides. And as you and I have discussed, that's not really the best use of your time while you're there at the park. So again, it really comes down to what do you want to do? What do you want to see? What do you have to experience? Which is why, following the basic plan, but then doing a deep dive into what's going on in that specific time you're heading down there is so important.
Yeah. Yeah. And Magic Kingdom opens, but the entire park does not open at half an hour before. Tomorrowland opens and Fantasyland opens.
Correct.
So if you are going to rope drop, what we recommend is getting in line as close to the Tomorrowland bridge as possible.
Yep.
Not really staying to watch the Let the Magic Begin 5-minute stage show in front of the castle that opens the park. Concentrate on walking forward. Walking. We don't run in theme parks.
No, we never run.
Never run. And then a friend of mine has a plan that seems to work almost every time. And by 11 o'clock, without using lightning lanes, or maybe only one, you can get a lot of the major rides done and out of the way.
Yeah. If that's what you're there to
If that's what you're there to do. Yeah.
Right.
So, shout out to Jim Linsky and the Linsky 7.
I want to advocate for that plan for folks who have never been there before. And, maybe you're pretty mobile because you have to be.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to experience all the rides and then have the afternoon to yourself to wander around and really experience all the joy of that park, that plan might be for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And, at your 7 days out, if you're going to buy lightning lanes, you're going to buy Tron or you're going to buy Seven Dwarfs if you want one or the other or both. And you're going to go for lightning lane for Peter Pan or something along those lines. Because the first 7 rides, you're heading to Tomorrowland, you're hitting Space Mountain first thing. Then you're bouncing over to Buzz Lightyear Spin. Space Mountain, Buzz Lightyear Spin. Then you're cutting across the park because by that point, your half an hour is just about up and just in time to get in line for Haunted Mansion, Tiana's, Pirates, Jungle Cruise, and which one did I miss? That's 6. I don't know.
And you're looking at me like I'm going to give you the answer.
Yeah, I know. But if in that order, you get pretty quickly through everything that you really want, the major headline rides, without having to wait. You skip Peter Pan because Peter Pan is a 50-minute wait the moment it opens. You skip Seven Dwarfs for the same reason. You skip Tron for the same reason. You hit Tron during fireworks or right after fireworks. You buy Seven Dwarfs if that's really important to you. And Peter Pan is on Lightning Lane. Yeah. So, and if you don't think you can walk that quickly and it's going to be longer lines by the time you get towards Pirates and Jungle Cruise, make one of those two one of your first lightning lanes as well.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we were down there, we got kind of brisk a couple of times. Most of the time, we were in leisure mode.
Yeah.
But again, we had a very clear idea.
Yeah.
Of what we wanted to do before we went down there, and we ticked off almost all the boxes.
Yeah, and as of recording, today is March 3rd, 2026. Big Thunder Mountain is still closed. We'll be opening up this coming summer. Same thing with Buzz Lightyear's Space Rangers Spin with their new guns and their new everything. I'm looking forward to that. So you should be able to do the Linsky 5 even faster.
Even faster. There we go.
Anyway, after that, you're going to just...
Jim's gonna reach out and go, oh, by the way, number 7 was...
Yeah, he's like, you peanut.
How many times do I have to tell you?
He's like, kid, this is the deal. So at this point, you kind of go through your list of what you want to do for the day. And yeah, we rarely rope drop, basically because I'm not a morning person.
Well, no, you are a morning person. You just want to be fully breakfast
That's true.
before you begin your day, which is sometimes difficult if you want to race out there. So again, and this is something that we've experienced a few times. If it's really, really important for you to get there early and you have to have something in your stomach, plan accordingly.
Yeah.
We're very fond of bringing snacks.
Yes, we always bring snacks.
Yeah. But if we're going to be out early,
yeah,
we
and
do make sure we try to.
What Nature Made fig bars?
Oh, yes.
Those are our go-tos.
Yep.
So I've mentioned lightning lanes, and they're confusing to everybody. If you're staying on property, you can pick your first 3 7 days out and 1 single pass. If you're staying off property, you can't do it until 3 days before, which means there's not much left. You buy it 1 day at a time, 1 park at a time. Some parks don't need it. Some parks do. Magic Kingdom often does. We had purchased it the last time, but that was also the holidays.
Yes. And, if it's, again, knowing the time of year that you're going down there, if you're going to see moderate or better crowds, it really does make a lot of sense. It is an expense. You can view it as a convenience fee. Once you actually negotiate the website, it's not that tricky. But if you have your heart set on a couple of the premium rides while you're down there, it's money well spent.
Yeah. And, the Magic Kingdom one is the most expensive. The Animal Kingdom is the least expensive. And you can use it for more than 1 park. You're just, at 7 days, you're buying it for the park you're starting at.
Yep.
So 7 days out, for us, I would have picked up Peter Pan. Probably Jungle Cruise. Actually, I think I got Pirates of the Caribbean. Depending on if I thought we were good. I knew we weren't going to rope drop, so I picked up Space Mountain. So I picked up the 3, but if you have little kids, it might be Dumbo. It might be Tiana's.
Right.
And you pick up your 3. The moment you scan into your first ride, you can then pick up another ride.
So you're going to be standing in the line that you just got on for at least 15 minutes.
Yep.
20 minutes. And you're going to use that time productively.
Right. To quickly pick your next ride.
And again, once you learn how to navigate the app, it is kind of cool. You can flip back and forth and you can compare times.
And you can pick a time that's 4 hours late from now.
Right.
The new system is much easier to use.
Much easier
timing
to navigate.
Wise.
Yes. And it's not like, a lot of people think they have to do 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. And it's not like that. You can stagger the times that you want to go on rides if you know you're going to be wandering around for 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
You can pick the times. It's really
right. And the only
user friendly.
When you pick out your rides at the 7-day mark, they have them in tiers, tier 1 rides and tier 2 rides. You can only pick 1 tier 1 ride and then 2 tier 2 rides. What I recommend is if you can't get your tier 1 ride, which would be Peter Pan, Jungle Cruise, Haunted Mansion, that you really wanted, just pick the closest ride to where you want to start your day and hit it first.
Yep.
And then then the tiers are gone. You can then go pick up your tier 1 ride that you didn't get 7 days earlier. It just works well. While you're waiting online
for the actual ride.
Right. And then once you are in your park and you start using rides, you can pick a ride, like if we're going to hop over to Epcot, pick Test Track afternoon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They obviously won't let you pep, Haunted Mansion and Test Track 10 minutes apart.
No, that would be tough.
Right. And if you do miss your time, they give you an hour, know that you probably actually have about 2 hours to actually get back there. So don't panic.
Absolutely don't panic.
But if you do,
You're on vacation.
You're on vacation. But if you do miss your time, you can pick your next ride before you go do that.
Yep.
When you hit the rides at the park, do you try to go in order? Like, I'm going to start in Tomorrowland, go to Fantasyland, then go over to, and then, or do you just go in the order of like, that's the shortest line?
So
you zigzagging all over the place.
We've done it. We've done it multiple ways. In all the times we've been down there, I do find that if you do the research and you know what you want to do, it's better to just bing your way through the park rather than zigzagging all over the place. At least for me.
Right.
We've had more than a couple of times where we've gone to a park with, one sole or two main objectives in mind and done it that way. But for the most part, if we're going to be in a park for a day and I want to experience every little bit of that park, then that's how I'm going to structure my day so that I'm wandering around the park and I don't feel rushed, that I can take some time. I can pause for 20 minutes and have a hot chocolate.
Right, or whatever.
Or grab a pretzel. Yeah. And just soak up what's going on around me.
And I don't try to zigzag too much, but I do try to hit all the headliners using Linsky 7 or whatever early in the morning because a lot of the headliners, especially Magic Kingdom, their queues are outside or half outside.
True. And, depending again on the time of year that you're going down to Florida, you can be out in the sun for a while.
Yeah. And it's pretty much May through October. Or you're out in the sun or the rain because it's Florida.
Yeah.
So, we try to hit everything we really want to hit first thing in the morning. So, your big headliners, your Peter Pan. I might save an indoor queue for later to rest. We always do the People Mover in the afternoon.
You have to do the People
Mover. But that's a rest and relaxation in the afternoon.
And I'm really, really looking forward to the reworked and reimagined Carousel of Progress.
Oh, when they put Walt in Carousel of Progress?
I'm
looking forward to it too.
I'm looking forward to having a much better experience than we had the last time we were on it.
Last time it stopped and broke down. We waited. It got going. It got halfway moving and was like, yep, no, I'm done.
Yeah, when we went through the same 3-minute bit
4 times.
4 times, we were like, okay, this could be a fatal.
Yeah. So know your rides, know what you want to go to, and then also know your entertainment.
True. We really haven't spoken about entertainment.
But before we talk about entertainment, would you take an afternoon break or would you just have lunch in the park? Yeah, heading over to one of the monorail resorts and having lunch?
So that's going to be like a game time decision for me because I know there's been times where we have literally done a 1-hour chill out in the park and been refreshed enough to continue on for the rest of the day. If we're close enough, resort-wise, sometimes it does make sense to take a 3-hour chunk out of the day, head back to the pad, have a proper nap.
Right, especially in the summertime when the parks are open later and it's a little warmer.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm a big advocate for that. I'd rather be there when the park closes than be leaving the park at 6:00 exhausted. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you.
And
I'd rather be there when the park closes than exhaust myself rope dropping.
I've spent all this time and energy and money on what is supposed to be a phenomenal time, and I'm going to try to squeeze as much out of it as possible. Again, that goes back to the point that we make a lot with folks of knowing yourself and knowing what it is that you want to accomplish. What do you want to do? What do you want to experience? So let's talk about those shows because some of the shows are really fun.
Yeah, they are. So the first show is Let the Magic Begin, which we mentioned earlier, which It's a cute little hokey little show that I think we've seen once.
No, I think, well, okay.
Maybe more than once.
I think we've seen it more than once. And it is a little hokey, but it's Minnie and it's Mickey and it's the park opening for the day. And,
Right.
and it's really, yeah.
And it ends with a quick little poof of
Ooh, yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair is a cute little show on the stage right in front of the castle. Happens a couple times a day, like 3 or 4. So it's easy to catch. And if you just need to just kind of zone out and watch something fun and cute for a while, or your kids have to see Mickey and Minnie in this, it's fun, but you're standing. That's my
Yes.
problem with it. So if I want to relax, I don't want to have to stand. And it's not good enough for me to stand.
But for the younger set.
But for the younger set, completely.
And again, a fun show.
Yeah.
Definitely something you'll remember.
And a little hint, the 2 times it's a good time to go try to get online for a lot of the Fantasyland rides, like the little kitty ones, Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, Dumbo, all in the back, is during Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair and during the parade.
That's true.
That's when we used to always run back to do Dumbo.
But that's one of your inside tips.
I know it is. Then the next one is a favorite of mine. It's the Festival of Fantasy Parade, which starts in far, far away in Frontierland. Why that left me, I have no idea. I can imagine the gate and everything. It starts in Frontierland, goes through Frontierland, Liberty Square, over around the big circle in front of the castle, and then down Main Street. It's a parade. It's got all the Fab Five and Rapunzel and Cinderella and the princesses and Maleficent's dragon at the end.
It's got great effects. It's got wonderful cast members. It's such a joy to watch, and it's not to be missed. Amongst all the banging around, going for rides and stuff, yeah, that parade in particular is not to be missed.
Yeah, and it's about 12 minutes long, depending on when you cop your squat, wherever you're going to stand for it. Obviously, if you catch it earlier, so if it's a 3 o'clock parade, it's going to hit the corner of Main Street, the end of Main Street, 15 minutes later.
Right. So you're going to have your map. You're going to know what time the parade starts. You're going to know where you are in relationship to the parade route. And we just advise that if you want to catch the parade from the area of the park that you're in, just meander down to where the parade route is about 30 to 20 minutes ahead of time.
Right.
They're going to start having cast members out, directing traffic. And
the ropes will go up. You'll know where you can stand.
Yep.
Or sit on the curb.
I don't think we've ever been more than 3 deep wherever we've been standing.
No.
You get a good view of everything. And it's a very well done production and an awful lot of fun.
And there's a trash can right outside of Main Street Confectioners. And that's where the parade comes out of the circle and turns down Main Street. So you kind of get 2 angles of the parade, one right in front of you as it goes in front of you and one kind of coming at you. It's a great spot to watch the parade. And trash cans are always a great thing to hide behind because then no one can stand in front of you.
Not one particular trash can is our favorite. We'll have to take a photo next to that the next time we're down there.
Yep.
This is Robin Makes Trash Can.
Our new favorite parade, though, after our last trip down, Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away.
Just amazing. Just amazing. And very, very difficult to describe accurately, I think.
Yep.
But every single float had numerous lighting and sound effects. Every single float had cast members that were usually in some form of movement, acrobatic or not. Just an amazing spectacle.
Yeah.
And You know, if it's running the next time we're down there, I'm definitely watching the whole thing all over again.
Right, and going back to that afternoon break or nap, if that's what your kids have to do to stay up until it's dark out and this parade happens, then that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because it's really worth it. And this parade runs, what I say, backwards, because it starts down by the train station and ends at Frontierland. Right, the firehouse.
Yeah, it starts at the firehouse, goes around the main circle, and then heads down Main Street, and then continues on its merry way. The first time we took it in, we were fortunate enough to be standing up on the porch
of Tony's Town Square.
Of the town square. And that was a very, 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 very interesting perspective because we could see the floats coming at us. We could see them coming around. We could see them going away as they began to head up Main Street. I liked the spot basically because we were just trying to drill in and see as much as we possibly could of these new units.
Yeah.
But the second time we caught the parade, which was kind of happen chance after we got out of Pirates.
Right. It's that in the cutover going into Liberty Square.
Right. So we sort of like cut across because we heard, oh, there's the music. And I think we caught the last 2/3 of the parade. But that was just so much more, for me, energizing viewing location because we were literally 10 feet away.
Right. And seeing them just
up
close.
And looking up instead
and the kids around us being so excited and everything else. And the parade and the fireworks have different, obviously, human flow patterns. So in the parade's on the road, and if you're wanting to walk by, you're on the sidewalks. For the fireworks, it's reversed. Everybody stands in the road to watch the fireworks, and if you need to walk, you're on the sidewalks. So what I recommend is, especially if you think you need to leave right after the fireworks, try to catch this parade from someplace on Main Street or near the front. And then as soon as the parade ends, me and Rob just walked right off the thing, and we walked right down the center of Main Street, and we were right in front of the Main Street confectioners with no one around us, as everybody was just kind of jostling. And this was December something, so it was very crowded. And it was just the perfect way of watching Happily Ever After. It was the first time we've seen Happily Ever After this last time.
Yeah.
We've seen so many other of them, but not this one. And it brings all the feels.
Oh, truly. Truly. And I did absolutely zero research on the show before we went down there. I find that for me, that's the way to go because I want to be surprised.
Right. I mean, you do enough research to know you have to be there at 7:30. That's
right.
it. Yeah.
That's just, when do I need to be there? Will there be snacks? It's really all I need to know. But when Tinkerbell appeared,
that's when I cried.
That was so amazing.
And it's about 20 minutes.
Yeah. But what I love is so we've been going down there for a while now. We've seen a lot of these shows. They just keep incorporating more and more elements of the parks into the shows.
Yeah.
And more and more different lighting effects. Like the changes and stuff that go on Main Street.
Oh, the projections on Main Street are cool.
Just fantastic.
But at the same time, if for some reason you can't get onto Main Street or at the hub, to the left or the right of the hub, you're going to see the projections on the castle.
Yep.
And you're going to see the fireworks. And it's still a great spot because we used to always watch them from in front of the right side of the park, closer to Tomorrowland. Because it was just where we ended up for some reason all the time when we first started going. And you still could see it's a great view. And they're wonderful. I mean, Happily Ever After, people used to rave about it for years. Then it went away for the 50th or before the 50th. And that's when Rob didn't see it. And it was just, yeah.
It's a fantastic show.
Yeah.
Super well done. One of the best Disney shows I've ever seen.
Right.
And just the way everything is all integrated and definitely, I think maybe my favorite ride in a
Yeah.
way,
Your
you
favorite
know?
ride? Yeah. Yeah. Your favorite part of the day. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was fantastic.
And if you do have children that can't handle the crowds or yourself can't handle the crowds, the fireworks look great from behind the castle too. You're
They
just not going
truly
to see the
do.
projections
Yeah,
or the side,
right.
like from Tomorrowland.
So there's the area, down by Dumbo. Um,
Yeah, well, like behind, like from the carousel,
right.
maybe a little farther
Where
back, or the Beast's castle.
you get, uh you can see the changing of the lighting, you see all the fireworks, you hear all the audio. You're just not packed in, like a bunch of sardines in a can. But then realize too that it's going to take you a little while to get to the exit.
Yeah, yeah. But very often the park's not closing right after fireworks either. But
Yeah, it
it is what
depends
it
what
is.
night you're going.
Right. Food in the parks.
I love food.
I know you do. But Magic Kingdom is our snacky park, isn't it?
It's definitely our snacky park. Yep.
We used to love Liberty Tree Tavern until they went to the price fixed Thanksgiving Day dinner.
Yeah, which
I have no.
we're not big fans of.
Yeah,
But then, like, when we were heading down there the last time, we realized there were a whole bunch of places that we've never tried. Oh, let's try those places. And we've come to realize that, much like Epcot, you can snack your way around the park and never be hungry.
right. And because
and really not experience like giganta lines.
no, we haven't done Cinderella's yet because the price is at $90 something a person. I just have problems wrapping my mind around that. But we have done the Plaza Restaurant, which was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Basic, but I would say like homey food, meatloaf, pot roast. Nothing that makes me go, I really need to eat there. It was good food. It was enjoyable, but I'd rather get snacks that are really good. Or, we had a great meal at Pecos Bills.
We did. The two of us were quite surprised.
Right. And Columbia Harbor House is very good as well. So if that is your choice, please mobile order. It is so much easier to mobile order. Pay for it all in the app. Just go and pick it up.
Yep.
We did it in Disneyland when we were waiting for the fireworks because we were waiting for the fireworks like it was Florida.
Yeah.
Very different park. And it just makes it so much easier. I just walked in. I'm like, I'm here. There's my food. What to do? Off you go.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. So that is our high recommendation for snack round. Don't need a table service. If you really want a table service, leave the park.
Well, yeah, unless the table service that you want is a character.
Yeah. Yeah, we still need to hit
meal.
Crystal Palace.
True.
And Tony's.
Right. And, again, that comes back to what do I want to do? What do I want my experiences to be?
Yep.
What am I looking to get out of this? But I found the last time we were down there that the snacking thing worked great. Maybe not the most nutritious intake of calories
that we had that day, but that was okay.
It was fine.
We also walked it off. We also did 20,000 steps and walked it all off.
Yeah, because I could definitely do more than one pretzel a day.
Oh, yeah. Good soft pretzel. Something else that's on my tips and trick sheet that we don't focus on at Magic Kingdom at all, but you might want to, is the character greetings. We hit them in the other parks, but we don't do them at Magic Kingdom because the lines are almost always crazy pants.
Yeah, the lines are always.
And you can get lightning lanes to some of these.
Yes.
Which is handy, but yeah. Peter Pan will also often be wandering around and you can catch him. Sometimes Pooh and friends may be wandering around. You can see them from a distance. And we saw Stitch there because he was just walking around, and Chip and Dale were just walking around and greeting people, which is not the normal for Walt Disney World, but is the normal for Disneyland. So I think they're trying it in Walt Disney World, which is so nice.
It really is, because it's just like it adds another layer of fun to the day when you come across
Right, and you can get a quick
some of
picture
these.
with your phone,
Yeah.
but it's not meant to be, the photo pictures, pause, wait, dot, dot, dot. It's to have a conversation, to interact, to get to know the character says hello to you, and then you move on.
Yeah, and I remember especially when we encountered Chip and Dale after coming out of Tron. That interaction and the interaction that they were having with the other folks around us.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It was wonderful.
It is. It was a lot of fun.
But in the
But
lines,
I mean, for you and I,
yeah,
every time we go down, we have to get a picture with Mickey and Minnie.
yes,
Every time we go down.
right.
So sometimes we do bear the brunt of waiting
Oh, yeah,
online.
yeah. Epcot, we find that he's usually got the least line. Animal Kingdom is usually pretty good. But you've got to have Mickey at Town Square Theater, and any other, like, seasonal character might be there. That's where Jack and Sally would be, Minnie Mouse, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy are in the back in Storybook Circus. Then you get, Chip and Dale, Aladdin, Ariel. All the princesses are in Fantasyland in the princess queue line. Merida, Mirabelle, the Country Bear Jamboree guys will just wander around in Frontier. They're funny. Peter Pan, Stitch, who we got a picture of. And then, Tigger and Winnie the Pooh will be by the thoughtful spot.
And while we're talking about it, the last time we were down there, we went into the Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh, the new one.
I couldn't remember the last time we had been down there where we had taken in the Country Bear Jamboree. But we went because we were told that everything had gotten reworked and it was
and it had gotten rave reviews.
A better show. And I will say, it did not disappoint.
It's fun.
It was fun. It was engaging. I think they did a great job with the redo.
Yeah. It's more modern songs instead of these songs you've never heard of.
And again, so here's another thing taken into consideration. If you're there on one of the hottest days in the park,
oh yeah,
definitely duck in.
You need 15 minutes off your feet, 20 minutes off your feet
in air conditioning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Country Bear Jamboree, Carousel of Progress, People Mover,
the Tiki.
And the Tiki Room. Yep. Which we haven't done in a while either. Yeah, those are
that's what we're going to do the next time we go down there.
Tiki Room.
Get our Dole Whip.
So that was a pretty quick go through of what is in there. Now, of course, in there is also a detail of every ride, so you know what you're expecting, and every food place, so you know what you're expecting. But if I sent you that, you haven't gone there, and you opened up my tips and tricks, which is 15 pages, what are you like? This lady's crazy pants? Or well, I know you. I know I am crazy pants, and you know I'm crazy pants, but.
My mom told me to never lie, so I have to tell the truth. You are
crazy pants.
Crazy pants. But it's 15 pages of exceptionally useful information, especially for the novice visitor. If you want a good, concise 20-minute insight into what it's going to be like and what it's going to take to go spend a day at the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, Florida, it is a really, really good. You did a good job.
Thanks.
That's what I'm saying. You did good, kid. No, because we have conversations with folks all the time. You can't talk about this too much. Who sort of poo-poo Disney World, Disneyland
as adults.
Yeah, and we sort of set them right. We let them know that if you want an enjoyable time, if you want to have fun, if you don't want to get mired down, there's certain tips and certain hacks that'll help you get the most out of your experience while you're down there.
Yeah, and truly enjoy yourself.
But again, as I've said, I don't know how many times during this particular podcast, it really boils down to what you want to do and what you want to experience, and your own different level of what you're willing to wait for and what you're not willing to wait for.
Right, which is why it's 15 pages, because it gives you the details of each thing
Yep.
so that you can decide whether you're willing to wait for that or not willing to wait for that.
Exactly. And then, what we do too, I mean, I'm not sure how many links you have to various stuff, but we have just found such a treasure trove of reviews and videos.
Oh, and POV videos for rides for little kids, so they know what to expect and what not to expect.
Yeah.
So they know, that, oh no, Junior's not going to like that at all. Or in my case, nope, Rob's not going on that.
Nope.
Oh, look, the roller coaster goes upside down. Robbie's not going on that.
Oh, hey, look, it's going to be a 4-story drop straight down. Yeah,
nope,
Meg's not
Meg's not doing that one. Yeah, do not put me on Guardians Breakout or...
It really comes down to, and this is one of the things that I tell folks when I'm talking to them about what it is that you do and what it is that you offer. So much of it comes down to figuring out your client's expectations and maximizing the bang for the buck.
Yeah, wherever you may be going in the world.
True. Because that's really what it's all about. What is it that you want to do?
Because how can I help you make memories?
Yeah.
Because you're going on vacation for an experience, to make memories, or to relax and make no memories because you just want to relax. But that's a memory too, And
it seems like no matter what destination we talk about lately, it all comes down to some serious change. You're ponying up an awful lot of good quality cash to have this experience.
Yeah.
Make it the best possible one that you can.
Without the stress.
Yeah. Stress. It really pains me when we see folks at the parks that are definitely not enjoying themselves because they either didn't plan properly or this was not what they were expecting, which is kind of like not planning properly.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they planned I've had fellow travel advisors that, one was telling a story last night at our meeting where the woman was reading her itinerary and wanted to know where the bathroom breaks were. And we're like, we don't plan down to bathroom breaks. You need to have flow. You need to have the ability to go, no, this is what we want to do. Or no, wait, that's really not working. Or Junior's lost it. Or, but this woman wanted everything down to the minute. We're like, you will not have a good time. You'll be stressed out about down to the minute.
One of the things that's really great, again, about the app that they have for their parks, you can pop up the map. It knows where you are.
Yep. MDE, My Disney Experience.
Yeah, and you can tell instantly where the nearest restroom is.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, done.
Which for me has been a lifesaver, though
Sure.
At this point I've memorized where they all are. I may use them often.
We're not saying that cheap plans visit around where they're located.
I can also tell you where all the nice ones are and the ones with the smallest lines. Which is kind of scary too. But
yeah, that's because you're
I want to keep that to myself.
Seasoned.
I'm only telling my clients.
Traveler. Wow. You got to subscribe to get that information?
Okay, young man. It is worth it, especially for women of a certain age. Thank you for listening to The Adventures of Two Gray Mice. Please, 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 please leave a rating and review wherever you listen. It is the only way anybody else will ever hear about our show is if we actually have ratings and reviews on Spotify, Apple, Overcast, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Please leave a rating and review.
You can follow us on Instagram at Two Gray Mice Podcast.
You can send any questions about anything or planning your next vacation to the number 2, graymice@gmail.com.
We do love feedback. Until next time, I am Rob.
And I'm Meg. And we are 2 gray mice.
mice.
Have a good week, folks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Adventures of 2 Gray Mice. We would love it if you could please leave us a rating or review wherever you listen to this podcast. For all your vacation needs at Disney, Universal, or cruise lines, please reach out to Meg at meganthemouse.com.